Why, hello there. How are you doing? I hope that you're having a fabulous, fabulous day today. It is Halloween weekend, if you will. Yes, the weekend before Halloween. And every year on Halloween, the amazing Federal Trade Commission gives us a warning about Halloween scams. And of course, this year was no different. They say this Halloween, don't get ghosted by scammers. They're so funny, see? Scammers often pretend to be real companies, but it's a trick. Treat yourself by learning how to spot them. see what they did there? Yeah, cute. Halloween is almost here. What could be scarier than not having your costume ready? How about ordering a costume online and never getting what you paid for? Scammers are making this season extra spooky by pretending to be real companies like Spirit Halloween and Party City. But it's all a trick. Here's what to know. You see an ad on Facebook or Instagram that looks like it's from a company like Spirit Halloween or Party City promoting a huge clearance sale for 90% off last year's stock. It might look like an incredible deal, but the ad's a fake placed by scammers. And if you place an order, you'll end up with a counterfeit item, an item with wear or damage, something completely different than what you ordered, or just shit all. You just won't get anything. You get nothing. So, if you're shopping online for Halloween costumes, decorations, party favors, etc., how do you spot the impersonators? They say no, that scammers can make ads look like they're from a real company by using the same name and logo, even though they're not actually legit. If you see an ad for a company you know, but you're not sure the ad is real, visit the actual company's website using a link you know is official, not the one listed in the ad. It'll oftentimes be very similar to the legit link, and then it will have like one letter changed or something. So sometimes that can trick you too. See what people are saying online. Search the company's name online plus the word scam. It's possible someone else has experienced a scammer pretending to be a real company. They also suggest that you pay by credit card because if you're charged for an order you never got or for a product that's not as advertised, you can then contact your credit card company and you can dispute the charge. It's easier to get your money back from a credit card company, allegedly, than even the bank. They say, of course, to report all of the frauds to reportfraud.ftc.gov. So then I, of course, decided to go down the rabbit hole of Halloween scams. Hello, Freddie. Good to see you. They get paid government pay to come up with these puns. Probably. I, of course, decided to go and check out some Halloween scams, and I came across some good ones that maybe we should be weary of. As well as looking at these as actual scams, they're also very, very good examples of what the scam sites are going to be looking for. You're going to get rich. Not with a scam, you're not. So, for example, coatpark.com is one of these scam websites, and as you can see, it does look pretty legitimate upon looking at it. This one here, nestorliquor.com, it looks pretty legitimate too. They're selling some Halloween 2022 t-shirts, right? This one here, yeah, I guess, for the dog costume. But then look, it's on another site. And that's something else that you could look for. You can image reverse search the stuff that you want to buy. And if it pops up on another website, it's probably a scam, right? Especially if it's the exact same, like, picture. At least they did the same price. They usually don't. Here's another one from Kathy Talk. And here's another one. This one made me laugh because it's called Hard Daddy. So, excuse me. As you can see, there is actually a lot of these scam websites. Like, the list just goes on and on and on and on. There are so many. And as you look through all of them, most of them look pretty legit. That kind of looks like something that I would have made on MySpace when I was 12. So, some of them look crappy, but most of them look pretty legit, especially upon, like, first glance. And right now, with the cost of living, everybody is probably looking for a Halloween deal. Upon my search, I said to myself, well, there's probably some of these in Canada, because most of the stuff that I was searching came up stuff in the USA, right? So I went digging, and then I fell down another fucking rabbit hole. Excuse me. So the biggest thing right now that the scammers are doing online this Halloween is they're making fake websites like Party City, kind of like a big factory Halloween website / store, if you will. And they're saying that you can get really cheap items because they buy them in bulk, right? So they can sell them for cheaper. Or they're actually pretending to be the Party City store like the FTC said. So I decided to go on a little search, and I just typed in Halloween factory, just randomly. I was like, I don't know, they're Halloween factories. Well, I was like looking into all of these sorts of scams. That's what they kept getting referred to as, kind of what they're called. So I looked that up, and I came across an interesting website. And it is HalloweenFactory.ca. It reads, Halloween Factory is an owned and operated company specializing in fulfilling your Halloween needs with innovative and stylish accessories for the spooky season. And I know that everybody loves spooky season. Yeah. I had to. I'm sorry. I apologize. Want to be the star of the neighborhood? Probably don't send that to a friend. They won't like you. Whether you want to create an extra spooky scene or a fun and festive display, at Halloween Factory, we understand that Halloween is important to you for all the right reasons. That's why we're dedicated to providing a wide variety of Halloween accessories, decor, which this is another thing you guys will see me complain about. Like, decor in this sense is it's not usually capitalized, so grammatical errors, spelling errors, just something else to look for, like when we're looking over on passive. And costumes with both exceptional design and functionality. Ooh. Our products are thoughtfully designed to not only look great, but also provide the best possible experience for all. And then they go, boo! I won't do the jump scare. Yeah. Boo! Okay, I won't do it again, I promise. So, that's what I came across. And upon looking at their website, which of course is just HalloweenFactory.ca, and here, give me a sec, I'll post it in the chat for you guys so that you can get it if you want to go and check it out for yourself. I don't think I have it in my description. So, this here is what you're met with when you go to like their main website. Excuse me. So upon looking at it, right, This looks pretty legit. Okay. You know, you go down, it has like a decent designs. I mean, I do like it better than on Passive. They're all like, yeah, Halloween's almost here. Gear up for fun and frights with costumes, decor, and there they didn't capitalize the D, and etc. They have like this beautiful sliding banner, and then you can, of course, click on the Shop Now button. And what they also have are categories, so you can choose to search through Halloween decor. And here, when it's the name of a category, is when you do capitalize it, guys. Good job. And then they have the accessories for Halloween, and then they have costumes. And just for fun, let's go into the costume one. Go into the costume one, and you scroll down. And maybe if you're not that familiar with sites like this will look very, very legit to you. Why, thank you for that. So this looks legit. I mean, upon first glance, they're showing a product. They have a price. In cases where they're stating there's going to be a sale, they have the original price and then the sales price, which is a good sign, usually. The costumes, you know, they look pretty decent. But the one thing to look out for is this here. Picture that's different than this picture. This picture is different than all of the other ones. Basically, all the pictures are different. And then we have this random video here. Now, usually these sites have some sort of way that they go about posting the product, okay? It'll be either pictures or it will be videos, but it's not often that there's a mix. The other thing you'll notice is that there's not that many. That's it. 7 products for the costumes for Halloween. So then I was like, well, that's really fucking suspect. So I came over here to this little menus thing, right? And as you guys could see, the menu, as usual, it'll have like the home, the shop, you can allegedly contact them. The about section is what I read to you all when I first showed you this page. And then you can allegedly just like track your order, you know, just track it. The Demented Rabbit, yes, Bonnie from Five Nights at Freddy's is what I think it is. It might not be, but I think that's who it's supposed to be. So down here, you're going to notice that they have their social medias. Okay, and if this was a legitimate company, which again, they even have a logo and everything up here, right? There was a legitimate company, they would have social medias. So I click on it. Page not found. For the Twitter, okay, whatever. The Facebook, page not found. The Instagram, page not found. Guess what happens when I click on the TikTok? You'll never guess. You'll never guess. Page not fucking found. So then you go to continue shopping again because this is basically the only thing you can do on this website. So I was like, ooh, that's not good. That's not good at all. So then I decided to actually click on one, right? And I mean, this looks like decent, sort of, kind of, you know, like, it's not my cup of tea. I think the mat's ugly. I'll say it. But if I was going to buy this mat, this doesn't look like the worst. It has the name of the place, Halloween Factory, has Halloween blood footprint doormat, okay? It even shows that you can get a few different kinds, which that's when it gets a little bit confusing. So, you want to buy one, right? I guess so. We're going to pretend we do for the sake of this. You want to buy one. It's telling you it's $20.99 Canadian. Okay, a little pricey, but whatever. It's 40 centimeters wide, long. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. We're only going to get one of them. Now it says buy with shop pay, and then there's also the more payment options, which is what we're going to go to so that, again, I can show you this very, very easily. We come here. Okay. Now, this is when I really have an issue. Because as you saw, the product listed a few different kinds of products. And this is how you can tell that this thing's a fucking scam. Is because when you come here, right? Here we have the product. This is what we're buying, okay? And our shipping address, and then we'll get our shipping cost, I guess. Says $20.99's the cost. Cool. You put in your email or your mobile. You give them your address, okay? Once you do that, it will show you the shipping methods. So you would pick one of those. Then it would come up here with the cost of the shipping, of course, after you picked one. That does get added on. I've gone through it with my info and then just didn't buy it. I can't do that on stream, unfortunately. And everything would just be blocked out if I did a video of it. So you have to trust that I did that. You can pay with your credit card or PayPal, like most places. The problem is, there is no way to tell them which mat you want out of the array of gorgeous blood mats that we had just seen. Basically, as you can see, there's only like one you can pick, and it shows the hand-printed one. Hopefully that's the one you like, and hopefully it's the one they send you. Why the address? That's weird. Well, you have to have it shipped to you. So you're buying this product off the website, Ken. So they gotta get your address to ship it to you. Depending on where you are in the world versus where their factory, quote-unquote factory is, by the way, and what they're using to ship, that's not necessarily a red flag. Always pay attention to that, because companies should always be using like the more cheaper option for the customers. So it's good to just make sure that they are. That legitimizes them a little bit in my mind. And if they're using like some weird shipping company that you've never heard of, right? Don't trust it. Or at the very least, if you do need to, for some reason, get something from it, make sure you get the tracking number so that you can track it, right? And this is actually another issue. So there's no way to track your shit. And there's no way to pick which one you want, right? So you're just kind of like, I hope I get the mat I liked out of all of those, okay? And you just pay for it, and then you're just supposed to wait for it to show up. And that's it. There is no other way to like order. Like I've tried to like see if I can like click on something. There is nothing like that at all. So I was like, whoa, man, that's freaking crazy. So I started digging a little bit more. Excuse me. And the funny thing about me digging a little bit more, I couldn't name one shipping company. Yeah, you can. UPS. I know you can. Yeah, UPS. Here we have some other one that's called like Dicon or Decon or something. I don't fucking know how to pronounce it. I mean, I guess technically Canada Post, our post office, does like, you know, the shipping. Yeah, FedEx, Amazon. I guess Amazon would be considered it. So think of this website. It's supposed to be like an Amazon, but just for Halloween products, okay? That's what basically this whole Halloween factory is. They say, we're going to find you the cheapest products, put them on our website, you order them, you get them. But as we just saw, it did not look like we were getting them. So I was like, okay, this is bizarre. And here in Canada, there's not a lot of information. And unfortunately, when you Google like Halloween factory, and you can go ahead and do this for yourself, oftentimes it just comes up and like pops up with the Spirit Halloween store and Party City and things like this. And I wasn't getting any information on the Halloween factory until I did what the FTC told me to do. And then I actually came across this amazing article, but they actually might have shut down your guys' Halloween factory in the US of A. Because when this article here was written on October 4th of this year, there was a Halloween factory in the USA. You could go to a HalloweenFactory.com. I cannot go to this website right now. I don't know. It could just be because I'm Canadian. Maybe they hate all of us Canuckians. I don't know. But I tried every single way to get to that website for the USA, because almost every single time there's a Canadian scam website version, there's a USA scam website version, then there'll be an Australia, there'll be a UK. All of them end in, like here in Canada, it's .ca, in the US, it's .com, and etc. So we all have different websites, and I like to check to see if the scams that are here in Canada are also in the US, are also in the UK, or in Uganda. Like, you know, you guys know I like to see like where the scams are going, who are they affecting, and what areas are they preying on, etc. And I came across, probably, I'm going to be honest with you, this might be one of the best written deep dive scam articles that I have ever come across. Like, the closest thing to this is literally the only real one I like is Behind MLM. Because Oz and the people on Behind MLM actually do it in like a deep dive article fashion. And they're good at outlining. There's like a couple other sites that are like decent, but this one is like, you're going to see, we're going to read the article because it is immaculate. I was like, oh my God, I feel like they completely outed this thing, because I came across this, and it's from the malware tips. So here, I'll actually just give you guys that link in the chat. All these links that we're going to be using here are already in the description, because this time I knew exactly what we were doing before the stream and was prepared like that. Everyone clap. Are you clapping? I hope so. So, this is actually the Malware Tips website, which I actually have used in the past. Believe it or not, I've talked about malware. I've been led here, but for some reason, I just never went back. And then now I'm back on the site, and I'm like, here I am. So I'm looking for Halloween Factory, and this literally pops up. And I was like, well, there you go. I feel like the one I found is the Canadian version. And then, of course, these guys are in the US of A, because the website is malwaretips.com. And this is their Halloween warning to their people. Why, thank you. I'm good at finding the info. The evil ones hate me. I'm not clapping. Well, fuck you too then. So, basically, on October 4th, Thomas or Solia, sorry if I'm saying that wrong there, Tommy, I'm so sorry, did this amazing article. It says, Halloween Factory is a fraudulent online store that you should avoid at all costs. This scam website claims to sell various products at very low prices, but will either send you counterfeit or inferior goods, or zip nothing nada. You just don't get anything. This article will uncover how the Halloween factory scam operates, red flags to watch for, most importantly, tips to protect yourself from being ripped off by the scam site and others like it. So here is the this might be the British version actually, because this is the British flag right here. But this is the version that they have. Yeah, it is the British, the pounds. So this here is a screenshot of the British version. So allegedly, this thing's just been like making rounds. Like, usually that's what's going to happen. They'll open up one in the US, one in the UK, like I said, one in Canada, one in this, one in that. So let's all come together and shut the fucking thing down. So again, just another example of what it looks like. And he says, on the surface, Halloween Factory appears to be a legitimate online retailer selling various discounted items to shoppers at prices significantly lower than major retailers. Except it's a Halloween Factory is a scam website that engages in deceptive tactics to trick customers into placing orders and handing over their money or their sensitive personal information. That's right. They also found that this site is collecting data, which is never good. So, of course, like all of the scams, they're using the social media apps to promote the site and lure in their victims. And it appears that they have been finding out that a lot of these pictures on the site for their products are stolen product images. So this is why I say if the best thing to do if you're on one of these sites is to do an image reverse search and just, double check that it doesn't pop up somewhere else. They say once victims place orders and submit payment information, the scammer simply takes the money and runs. Customers are left with one of the following outcomes: nothing at all, which seems to be the most common. Orders go unfulfilled and simply disappear after payments are processed. Knockoff or inferior substitutes. So they say victims may receive cheap replicas made with poor quality materials that do not match the original product descriptions. I wonder what's more frustrating. What do you guys think would be more frustrating? To get nothing at all or to get something and it's like kind of what you ordered, but not really? It's like a replica and it sucks, I don't know which one is worse. Or is it worse to get used, damaged, or tampered goods? They say that victims received items that were obviously broken, already used before, somehow tampered with, like the packaging was fucked up, or like there was like buttons missing if it was a shirt, like just weird things like that. And so they started to question if the products were even new. Like there might be a big chunk of this website that's selling like used products, and usually when you're selling used products you have to say that they're used products, right? You can't sell them as new. Then they say some people got orders arriving with products that were like not even close to what they ordered, and in some cases like it was almost as if orders got messed up and sent out to the wrong houses. They say that this Halloween Factory website also collects customers' personal and financial data during their checkout. And that includes full names, home addresses, phone numbers, credit card details, and more, as you saw. This information is likely used or sold for nefarious purposes like identity theft, credit card fraud, or sharing on dark web marketplaces. They actually traced Halloween Factory back to like, you'd rather get nothing. You'd rather get nothing. See, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'll get back to you. But they traced this Halloween factory thing all the way back to an interconnected scam network that was actually based in China. And allegedly, this thing just runs a whole bunch of these fake online retail sites. Like, it's basically like a company in China that's whole job is to run retail site scams and then not send out the products that people order. It's very bizarre. It's very bizarre. So they say that red flags show that this is an illegitimate business. Legal pages are copied and lack real policies. Which, I mean, that's how we kind of knew that On Passive was obviously a fraud, right? No contact info is provided to reach customer service. The website owners are anonymous, just like on the Canadian one we found. Unrealistic discounts up to 90% off aim to bait shoppers. Remember, if it's too good to be true, that's because it is. They say that all of the product info is actually stolen from major retailers. And as I showed you guys, there's no real social media presence. It appears that some of these websites have like some people that are promoting them on social medias, like their own personal ones, because some of them have it set up where it's almost like Temu. Like technically Temu is one. It's just not specific for Halloween. But technically it's the same sort of idea, right? So basically they have like a few people almost like affiliates, I guess you could say, because they're not really distributors like an MLM. They're more like affiliates for these scam websites, and they'll post about them, or they'll tell you that if you post and people buy off of your link then you'll get discounts and whatnot. But they don't actually have an official Halloween Factory TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, nothing like that. So that's a little bit sus. Usually these companies have like one social media at least, right? So they say that they're advising everyone to stay away from this dishonest website. Don't fall for these attractive discounts because they're that way for a reason. It is to bait you. The product images are not genuine, and there's literally no customer service. So if you have a problem, then you're fucked. You cannot reach anybody. And this is why I read the FTC at the beginning saying, like, if you are using something like this, because there are people out there that are ordering off of these bulk websites, make sure you use a credit card, even if it's a prepaid one. It's a lot better to do because you can actually get your money back. So they suggest though just avoiding similar sites to this. Definitely don't use this lovely Halloween factory scam. So the way that this scam works, if you will. How does this thing go, you know? Hello, Raps. I hope you're having a great night. Happy Friday. So, like I said, they promote it through social media ads and spam emails. They have a bunch of like these advertisements on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, because unfortunately, there is no real way for any of these social medias to legitimize any of the businesses that want to use them to promote and market. So, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, even here on YouTube, most of the time, you just make your ad campaign and then put it up there. They have like a bot or even a person just kind of look over it, but they don't go and make sure that it's like a legitimate business or anything. So it's very easy for all of these types of scams and companies, MLMs and the likes, to have marketing going, like advertisements all over these social media apps. It's up to us when we see that to report it. Because the good thing about these social media sites and YouTube is that you can report these scams when you see them for being spam or scam. Yeah, so do that if you do see them out there. Report it, because they really do depend on you to report it when you see it. There's no way for them to really be proactive about this. They say that there's also been fraudulent news and review articles praising Halloween factory deals. And that's another way, of course, that they can manipulate search results and get people to go use their website. They say they also use bait and switch tactics. So again, that's when they say this is what you're going to get. You buy that product and then you don't get it. You either don't get anything and you get ripped off, you get a cheap version of it, a fake version of it, or something tampered. And then there's literally no way for them to, like, the customers, the victims, to contact the company. And if they do reach out via social media to one of these accounts that has the ads going on it, right, that's marketing this thing, they just end up blocked. If they respond to one of the emails, if it's an email that ended up in their inbox that drew them to the site, their email just gets blocked. So, like, it's completely shady. Just fucking shady as hell. These are the red flags. So they say that there's a lot of suspicious signs. They go through all of them here. And also think of this in terms of other sites as well. This is not just for Halloween Factory. This is the signs to look for all websites to see if they're a scam. I've reported people, it's an uphill battle. It is. It is. Yeah, they'll pay attention to the reports. I hear that the scam reports and reporting things for scams sometimes gets taken care of a lot easier out here than reporting for other things. So that's the good news about that. Yeah. So, the first red flag that they bring to our attention is that this thing is part of a scam network. They say that this site is part of a broader interconnected scam network based in China, and the network manages an array of fake shopping sites with the sole purpose of defrauding customers. Number 2 is copied legal pages. The terms of service, privacy policy, about us, and other legal pages on this website appear to be copied from other known scam websites. Scammers often plagiarize legal pages to make their site seem more legitimate. However, the policies likely do not apply to this site or protect users in any meaningful way. There is no customer service phone number, no physical address for this company or a customer service, corporate or anything, and there is no live chat provided by the site. This lack of contact details prevents customers from reaching the company with issues. It also stops law enforcement from being able to track it down. Another thing that stops law enforcement from being able to track it down easier is that it is a complete anonymous company. It does not have any transparency on the website, doesn't even tell you who owns or operates this business. That is really weird, because usually for businesses like that, they tell you who owns and operates. The person likes to brag, okay? So sites like that should not be trusted with purchases or with your personal information. Unrealistic discounts. Again, like I keep saying, if it is too good to be true, that's because it is. They say extreme discounts are used to lure shoppers. 90% off, way too much. But legit companies cannot sustain such unrealistic markdowns, signaling counterfeit goods. Right? If you go to a website and they tend to have a lot of things in bulk for very cheap constantly, it's a little bit sus. I mean, are they like connected to the warehouse manufacturer? I mean, how's that happening, you know? They also say that they have copied content. So all the product information and all the images are stolen from other major retailers. This Halloween factory website and alleged business lacks any original content showing its illegitimacy. So it doesn't even have like any of its own pictures. So I don't think it's selling one thing. They also state again that there's no social media presence because authentic brands maintain social media pages for customer engagement. So, this, of course, makes everyone very, very suspicious. It's so unusual. They say that those are all of the like red flags that it's a scam. These are the other things that you should look for. Examine the URL, the URL. Like I said, they might misspell it, or it might be like one that is like the Party City, although it will be Party City EY instead of just Y, something like that. Check the contact information and make sure there is a physical address. Look for the lock icon. Secure sites use HTTPS connections and SSL certificates to encrypt data. Non-HTTPS sites are risky. Yes, that is at the beginning of your web address. How it says HTTPS, you want to make sure it says that. That's better than if it doesn't. Search for any of the hidden fees. Um, Especially if the shipping is more expensive than the product, that's a red flag. Evaluate the payment methods. Like with OnPassive, right now with OnPassive, you can only buy them with cryptocurrency. The banks have said they're a scam. So that's a kind of a red flag. Also, if they ever ask you for wire transfers or gift cards, that's a big red flag. Don't buy from it. Credit cards again offer the most protection. Assess product photos. Reverse image search any of the photos that seem off. Make sure that they aren't posted on other sites. Again, make sure that they have some kind of active social media. Check out the online reviews and also Google the name of the company with the word scam. You can even check out the domain registration. In the description down below, I actually provide you with this lovely place that is called scamvoid.net. Scamvoid.net is a great thing that can give you all kinds of information about websites and if they're legitimate. And the one link down below, this one here, if you type in the website here, it has a passive. I haven't been using this lately, guys, I promise. If you type in the website there, then you can basically look up all of the information. You know? You know? You know? So, that one is a good one to have. You can just pop over here, type in the website. You can check out all kinds of information on it. So I recommend doing something like that. That's the best thing to do. Again, I've left the link down below. That's you can also check the domain registration using that site. That's why I also brought it up. And then also again, consider the product, and if it's hard to source these luxury goods, then probably not real, right? The best thing to do is to stick to well-known retailers or sites with overwhelmingly positive reviews. But again, as we know over here, that doesn't always legitimize it either, because you could have a website or a company, an MLM, with all kinds of positive reviews, and they're all fake positive reviews. Right? I'm just going to be doing random things throughout this stream. Just cuz. Anyway, we will be back after a message from our sponsors. You have 4 minutes to go and grab a drink, take a break, whatever you need to do. Or you can just sit here and laugh, and I'll see you in a moment, and we will finish this. There's not a lot left. I promise.
How do you know if your problems are the result of bad life choices or demons? And what do you do if your problem is demons? My 200-page book, Dealing with Demons, has answers for questions most are afraid to ask. Can Christians be demon-possessed? How can I know what's natural and what's supernatural? Dealing with Demons will teach you how to recognize symptoms that the devil is at work in your life or the life of someone that you care about. Learn strategies to avoid Satan's traps and walk in freedom and supernatural protection. Read Dealing with Demons and be one step closer to living in spiritual victory.
Wait, do you have a condom? You don't have one somewhere? Yes. Oi, excuse me there, sir. Do you have these directions? Sure, you just go down that way and make a turn. Don't let her know that your dinger is almost a no-go. Get Tiny Dinger condoms to you discreetly. It's very important to choose the right size, so make sure that you get your tiny size. Don't be caught without a condom. No, no, no. Get Tiny Dinger condoms, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand. Located at your local CVS pharmacy, Rexall, Shopper Drug Smart, Walmart, and in your favorite streamer's nightstand. Are you someone who worships our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ? Do you believe women owe you what the Virgin Mary refused to give up? Is your life meaningless unless you can experience the touch of a woman, but not just any woman, a true Stacy? Are you tired of gym maxing? Well, we have the perfect solution for you, Giga Chad. Brought to you by the same people who brought you Tiny Dinger condoms, trademarked, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand. We now offer sexual endorphin spray to help attract the perfect Stacy. With just a few squirts. No, don't squirt that! Sorry. Today's content is brought to you by Sexual Endorphin Spray, trademarked. Just spray yourself with this fabulous fragrance, and the women won't be able to keep themselves off you.
I use a sexual endorphin spray to attract this dumb hoe. She hasn't left my kitchen or my bedroom since, know what I'm saying?
Shit smells amazeballs. The fragrance is cool too.
It smelled so good, even Grandma loved it. And me. A little too much, actually. You can even use it at church, guys. The nuns wouldn't stop grabbing at me. Neither did the pastor's wife. Women will love the scent, guaranteed. He smells so good. I just want to rip off all of his clothes and then just take my tongue and then... Okay then, amen. Grab a bottle for yourself today, along with a box of Tiny Dinger condoms, trademarked, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand, and you'll be posting shorts on YouTube called From Incel to Giga Chad in no time. Sexual Endorphin Spray, trademarked. Be a Giga Chad right away and spray to get your dream Stacy today. Located at Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, Hartman's, RX Pharmacy, Home Depot, Chad's R Us, the grocery store, all the damn pharmacies, and in your favorite YouTube streamer's pocket. Now, back to our regular programming. Alright, so, back to our regular programming. What do you do if you accidentally ordered something from this Halloween factory? Oh no! What do I do? So, what you want to do is you want to contact your bank immediately, because then you can cancel the charges if you got it from your bank. Again, if it was from your credit card, contact your credit card company. Keep records, so make sure that you keep all of the receipts. If for some reason you don't have a receipt of purchase, there should be a way to get into the website and get it. All right. And I don't mean necessarily with this one, I mean just in general with these types of scams. Please do go and report the fraud to the FTC. The website is ftc.gov. You can also do the Internet Crime Complaint Center. Please do leave an online review giving them 1 star and saying that they scammed you. Like I said, a lot of these places have fake, 5-star reviews. So it's good to have real reviews, especially if they're scammy, you know? Make sure that you speak out about this. You can also, report their social media accounts. Like I said, report the ads that you see for this damn thing. Report any of the social media accounts that are promoting it, and etc. Again, it says to reverse the payments at the bank or the credit card. Sorry, don't know why that's on there twice. And make sure that you check your credit reports. You want to make sure after you use this website, since it does steal your data, that it is not using your information. They say consider placing a credit freeze if needed. You reset all of your account passwords again. Especially if you have any online accounts that are using the same login credentials, like the same password or username or anything as the ones that you used on the scam site. Just change it. Also, make sure that you run an antivirus, anti-malware scan on your computer to make sure that you have not infected your computer through the site. You should always have a good one running, just saying, good to have. And then it says learn from the situation. Study how you were deceived so you could avoid other scams in the future. What was it about that site that drew you in? What was it about the Halloween Factory site that made you think that it was a good idea? Maybe just revisit that and go, why did I think that was a good idea? And then ensure it doesn't happen again. At the bottom of this, here it just talks a little bit about, again, about how it's a scam, bottom line. They have a couple bottom lines here. But what I find interesting is they have some frequently asked questions. One of the sides, Halloween Factory is a scam. I've gone over those 500 times. Is it safe to shop at Halloween Factory? No. It's an unsafe website which exhibits multiple scam characteristics, likely selling counterfeit items or nothing. What should I do if I place an order on it? You should contact your bank and credit card company, report fraudulent charges, have new cards issues, and monitor your accounts closely for misuse of stolen financial data or your personal information being used. The best way to always report fraud is to go right here. Again, I'll copy and paste this in the chat right now. reportfraud.ftc.gov. It is the best thing you can do is report it. I also hate resetting passwords. Honestly, the best advice that I could give you for passwords is use one of those things on the browser that will make a password for you. That way, whenever you sign up for anything, it makes a password that's not like any of your other passwords. So then if something like this happens, you don't have to worry about going and resetting all of your passwords. That's the best thing to do. A lot of times Chrome and I know Microsoft Explorer or whatever it's called, and that they have a password like app on the browser that saves all of your passwords and can create passwords for you when you're making your account. And it'll make it something all funky. Something all funky, you can't even memorize it. So people aren't going to be able to steal it from you. But yeah, the best way to report fraud, activity, scams, anything like that is go to reportfraud.ftc.gov. It's the best one. They say to select online shopping as the issue and make sure that you provide as many details as possible, including the website if it wasn't the factory, the Halloween factory one. They say again, don't worry, if you used your credit card, you got a high chance of getting your stuff back. Then they say, can scammers from Halloween Factory steal your identity? If you provided any login or personal information to Halloween Factory, identity theft is a risk. So that's fucking freaky, right? However, if you change passwords, enable two-factor authentication, and place fraud alerts, your account should remain secure. Scammers won't be able to access your accounts or apply for loans in your name without passing verification. It's also possible that she could have been infected with malware from the scam. Because they checked the Halloween Factory website and it did pose a high malware risk. In that on that site that I gave you guys to look up the legitimacy of websites, you can look up how safe it is, if it's a high risk for malware, etc. It will tell you. So it's always good to have a good antivirus software. They suggest Malwarebytes. Some of the signs of an online retail scam are big discounts, new domains, and constant domains, constant new ones. Private registration, stock photos, lack of reviews, too many good reviews, missing policies, grammatical errors, and requests for unnecessary personal data, as long as not having a physical building or a customer service. So they say, do not shop from there. And then they go on to tell you how you can be safe online. However, I actually found a better article of theirs in which they tell you what to do if you've fallen victim to a Halloween shopping scam. So let's just go through that again right quick. There are a lot of these fake shopping scams. So again, contact your bank. Request that they reverse the charges and refund any stolen funds. Also, same with your credit card company. Both will have a fraud department that you can reach out to. Do that. They say to give them as much detail as possible about the purchase dates, amounts, merchant names. Also explain that the website has disappeared after taking your payment info. The sooner you report it, the better chance your bank can recover the payments before the scammer deposits them. Excuse me. They say to cancel any prepaid cards. If that's what you used. I don't ever suggest doing it, but if that's what you use, you can contact the card issuer immediately and you can cancel it. Also, give them as much information about the scam as possible so that they can look forward in future as well with other people's purchases and all that kind of stuff. Reset all the passwords, or like I said, use a password maker. And it's just good to reset passwords every few months, every 2 or 3 months, just reset all of your passwords. Just a good idea. Place fraud alerts. Contact the major credit bureaus to place fraud alerts on your credit reports. This requires creditors to verify your identity before opening new accounts, which protects you from potential identity theft. The alerts stay on your credit reports for 90 days, but can be renewed. I really highly recommend doing that. No matter what, even if you haven't been scammed, just do that. It's just a good idea to do that, you know? This day and age, you can never be too safe. They're even suggesting here in Canada. Hello, Isaac. How are you? Like, what are people going to do to my passwords? Well, you'd be surprised. They can steal your identity with them. But I think it's just a good idea to do this. Just constantly check that out, because in this day and age, you have to give your information so many times out here, and it could be stolen from anything. Like right now on the Canada Revenue Agency website, there's like a message that there was a security breach on their website back in 2020, and you can be a part of some kind of lawsuit about it right now because somebody hacked into the system and got a hold of a bunch of people's personal data and stuff. That is literally scary to me because it's a government secure protected database and they got in there. So see, that's what I mean. If they can do that, then they can get in anywhere. So it's just a good idea to, keep on top of these things. That way nobody can steal your identity and anything else from you, really, if you're making sure to. Now, here, Isaac, is it that nobody can steal it or no one would want to steal it? That's two different things, sir. Again, please to report the details to the FTC. FTC.gov. All right. Again, please tell everybody on social media. That is how we can spread awareness about the scams. So I'm just going through. I don't think there's anything else. Oh yeah, if you do see the website shut down, that is a for sure thing. I guess some of these places are opening websites that aren't very good ones. They look like On Passive might have made them. Right? You know what I'm saying? Right? Um and so they don't look the greatest, but then once they make like a certain amount of money, right? Because when a news site like that pops off, for some reason a whole bunch of people will like flock to it. Whole bunch of people will make orders. They'll make bank, and then when people start to complain around, because some of them do have contact information, by the way, so there is sort of a way to complain. It's just they won't care when you do. So like that's the problem. So they'll kind of only do it for a short period of time, right? And then the idea is to jet with all the money, shut down that website, and then they'll go and make a new domain and like do it all over again. Yeah, I'm not joking when I say that there's actual like almost like call center companies that are running out here in our world that are just dedicated to scamming. A lot of them are in India. I'm sorry, it's just the truth. So this is a real thing. And the Halloween Factory one is in China, they found out. And like I said, that one had like a whole bunch of them, I guess. I guess it's like a whole business of it. Which sounds insane, but it's a real thing. Like that's kind of what they do. So again, if you ever order something and then the website just kind of like disappears, that's obviously sus. It's a very great time to go and contact your bank and your credit card companies and change your passwords to. Thomas says, I'm pretty sure no one wants to steal my identity. Right? I think everyone wants your identity. Well, you just said that no one can get it, though, so you're safe. Again, I just want to reiterate that yes, by law, credit cards have to have protections against scams and fraud. So if yours doesn't, then it might be a scam and fraud. Just look into that too. Hey, So you're welcome. But the good news is that because they have to, by law, have these protections, they will obviously get you your money back. It's also a lot of the banks, I keep saying this too, a lot of the banks have almost like a scam insurance. A lot of them, have a way that you can kind of protect also your bank account from scams. So if something does happen and there's some weird activity on your account, right? Then there is a way to kind of like get your money back and stop it. If you paid through a wire transfer, though, you're fucked. You basically have to hope that the scammer gets a good heart all of a sudden, like as if he was the Grinch and it just would happen overnight, and then he wants to give you a refund. I don't think it's gonna, do anything. So, I think the best thing to do is to just like always ensure that you're staying safe online. Again, use a damn antivirus and keep it up to date. To say it again, keep your software and operating systems up to date as well. That's also important because if you're not updating your software, operating system, drivers, all of that shit, then you might not be getting the latest version of your like softwares for your malware and etc. So make sure you do that. Whenever you are installing new programs and applications on your computer, also make sure that they are legit and that they're not going to be malware or some bullshit, okay? Install an ad blocker. I'm really mad at YouTube right now. YouTube does not allow ad blockers, and it's now starting to tell mine finally to get off. So, that kind of sucks. But honestly, an ad blocker is good because it stops malicious ads, trojans, phishing, all of the good stuff, right? So it's not just about not getting ads on YouTube. Always be careful of what you download. Now I feel like I'm doing a public service announcement from the 90s. Pretty much consider that almost everyone is trying to trick you and fuck you over at all times. Just be alert, back up all your data. In case something does come on your computer, there are things that will crash your computer and fuck with you. Just always have your data backed up. It's always good. Again, strong passwords. Good to have something that makes passwords for you because, like I said, that it makes a new one every time. They're always something crazy and convoluted. And then if something does happen and your password gets leaked or something, you're good because it was only a password for that one account, You don't have to go and like redo all your passwords. Always be cautious when you're clicking on any links or downloading attachments from anywhere. Even if it's a friend of yours on Discord, please still be careful. Don't use any pirated software at all for anything, because if you do, chances are you do have malware. It obviously compromises your data, your privacy, everything. Just do that. So, that is how you can protect yourself from not only this Halloween scam, but from any of these online scams. But I found it interesting that I started this off and I ended up finding this like weird Canadian website that was like didn't look real to me, and I was like, this is weird. Randomly came across it because I found a list of a whole bunch of scams and was on some kind of weird queen going down a rabbit hole moment. And then I got led to this Halloween Factory article. I was like, it's a sign. And it all happened like yesterday. And the article came out the other day. So, I was like, that's good. It's new. And I found it. It's a sign. So since it was a sign from the universe, you know, since it's a sign from the universe, I felt like I had to come out here and let you guys know about this thing. Also, I don't think I've ever really warned against fake sites like this, other than like Temu. And maybe I talked about like this kind of thing years ago. It's been a while. All right, my ass has been on here for 4 years now. That is not what you clap for. Don't clap for that. And so I just wanted to come on here and go over all of that information. Because I like it.
Yeah.
And it's Halloween. And I wanted to talk about Halloween scams. Because that's what you do on Halloween. Doesn't stop Trojans hidden in ads for Trojans. Hashtag asking for a friend. Yes. Yes, it would. It would. By the way, I do have to say, imagine if there was ever some Trojan in a Trojan ad, though. How funny of a troll that would be. And I would actually have to take a moment to appreciate the irony and the creativity in that before I then blasted that as a scam too. It was like, what are they doing? This is bizarre. Bizarre. YouTube wants to sell their ad blocker. Yeah. Hello, Suresh. I hope I said that right. I'm sorry if I did not, but hello. I hope that you are having a fabulous night. Thank you for coming, Kental. I'm about to wrap it up. Before I wrap it up, I just wanted to share with you something that I thought was cute and funny because I've just been sitting here talking to you about malware and fake Halloween website scams, and you're probably want something to laugh a little bit more, and I keep doing the jump scare, so I guess it's the least I can do to balance everything out over here, you know? So I really do enjoy this creator's comedy, so I just wanted to share this fun little Halloween video that they did before I ended the stream. So just enjoy this.
Hey, Frankie, buddy, Frankie, you are a big, strong boy, and sometimes you forget how big and strong you are. I know you're trying to give hugs to your doctor friend, but hugs should not hurt. Use your gentle hands and put him down. I know you're frustrated, but rah, doesn't help me understand. Use your big boy words, Frankie. Hey, Carrie. Oh, Carrie, are you practicing your telekinesis? You are doing so good floating those things. Hey, but we need to talk. It's a serious talk. So you were born with a special body part called a uterus, and people with uteruses have something called a period. And I feel like we sort of need to talk about what a period is, what to expect, and what to do. So when you get your period, you don't get scared or flip out or grossly overreact.
Like, for real, grossly, both meanings of the word overreact. Anyway, I thought that was cute, so I just wanted to share it with all of you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done, I promise. So I am unsure if I'm going to be able to go live again before Halloween. I do have a special few little videos up my sleeve, as I always do, for, the next several days coming up, because Halloween is coming, but this might be the last live stream. So in case I do not speak to you live again before Halloween, I would like to live wish you all a very happy Halloween. Halloween is my most favorite holiday of the whole year. It is my absolute favorite, and I love it, and I cannot wait. We're all, me and the kiddo are having a whole Halloween day and night. It's just such a great time, and I fucking love Halloween. So, I hope all of you have an amazing, amazing Halloween, no matter what you're doing. if you're going out in any way, shape, or form, please do be safe. Okay, that's important. I would like you to make it home. And then when you make it home, please make sure that you do not get scammed by anything on the internet. And I hope that you did not get scammed by any of these Halloween scams, because allegedly some people were depending on them for their Halloween costumes in the past and have been fucked over large. So I hope that hasn't happened to anyone. But if it has, reach out to me and I'd love to hear your story. And no matter where you are, what you're doing, I hope that you have a fabulous, fabulous rest of your day and rest of your weekend. And I will see you all very, very soon with another one. Again, happy Halloween!